There must come a moment where you make a decision to go all in, a decision to back yourself 100%. You got to stop weighing up the pros and cons of this. You've got to stop thinking about whether you should or whether you shouldn't. The reality is, guys, life is hard. Life sucks if you do and life sucks if you don't. But you need to properly decide and finally evaluate on what you're going to do. Are you going to sit here and keep dilly-dallying and thinking about the plan and strategizing and doing anything and everything but taking action? Or are you going to finally make a decision and act? Because guys, look, life is tough either way. As I said, it's tough if you do, it's tough if you don't. If you don't work hard on yourself and you don't go forward and start attacking your goals and start trying to build the life that you've dreamt of, then you have to suffer whilst living. And you have to reach the end of your life, a very boring and mediocre life where you didn't do the things that you wanted to do. You have to reach the end of that life and you have to sit there and fully digest that out of choice, you never realized your full potential. Out of choice, you never built the life that you had dreamed of. And then on the other side, you've got to work very hard if you do want to build that life, if you do want to make those sacrifices and achieve your goals. You just have to choose which option you want to go for. You have to choose your pain. Do you want to deal with a life full of regrets? Do you want to be 75 years old on your deathbed, sitting there and thinking, wow, I wish I put in more effort. Wow, I wish I realized my potential. If I could go back and change it, I would. Do you want to be sat there? Do you want that to be your reality in that hospital bed? Thinking about all the things that you wished you would have done? Or you flip it and you ask yourself, do you want to be sat there fulfilled at the end of your life knowing that you gave it everything? Maybe you didn't even achieve everything you were supposed to achieve, but you gave it a shot. Success is not guaranteed, guys, but success is absolutely not guaranteed if you never try. If you give it a shot, you increase your chances by a hell of a lot. You really do. You know, the more mud you throw at the wall, the higher the likelihood that something is going to stick. But if you don't throw any mud, nothing is sticking to that wall. I promise you that. That's the guarantee that I'll give you from this video today. But look, if you're still a guy who is ambitious and wants to make change in his life, but hasn't yet pulled the trigger, you really need to be asking yourself, which pain do you want to endure? Do you want to endure the short-term pain of making sacrifices and working hard and building yourself up? You know, sacrificing nights out with friends, sacrificing, drinking lots of alcohol, sacrificing spending money on silly things, sacrificing short-termism for the bigger picture? Or do you want to give in to the cheap thrills? Do you want to give in to the desires of the moment and do what is fun whenever you feel like it, and then reap the terrible reward of that by having a very average life? You've got to pick your pain, guys. There's nothing wrong with, by the way, just living an average life and living to your means and being happy. A lot of people are very content with that. But if you're a person that wants to be super successful, set their family up, and then maybe even set the next generation up, you have to make a decision today. Which pain are you going to choose? It hurts either way. It hurts becoming successful. There are some sacrifices. But it stings living an average life and underperforming. Not truly fulfilling your potential. Falling short of the bar that you had set yourself. What do you want to do? Because the reality is, each day you sit there and plan and strategize and think and look at the competition, lying to yourself, telling yourself that you're doing research, telling yourself that you're getting ready, telling yourself that you're preparing. There are people who want the same things that you want, out there doing the same thing that you want to do, but actually taking action, actually getting results. They're not getting ready all the time. They're not just preparing all the time. They're not just researching all the time. They're actually out there doing it. But because you haven't made a firm decision to go all in on yourself and to take your success seriously, you're just sat here dilly-dallying. So look, if there's one thing I take from this video today, guys, understand that if you do want to become successful, it's going to be painful. There's going to be some sacrifices. But if you don't want to be successful, or at least you make the decisions of a person who doesn't want to be successful, that is very painful as well. You need to think outside of your immediate future and look towards the long term. If you keep doing the things that you're doing right now, you're going to live an average life and you're not going to fulfill your potential. And the chances are that at the end of your life, you're going to be looking back and you're going to be wishing that you had worked harder. You're going to be wishing that you had locked in quicker, and you're going to be wishing that you'd done a bunch of things that you never ever brought yourself to do. Please don't allow that to become your reality. Please don't allow that to become your life. If you're a person who is full of ambition, if you're a person who wants to be successful, make a decision right now that whatever it is that you want to do, whatever idea you have, side hustle, business strategy, career option you want to choose, just choose it and just start. It's not going to work every single time. You're not going to hit 100 out of 100. You're going to fail, you're going to slip up, but I promise you, the biggest failure in life is not trying and failing, it's not trying and failing. You know, when you actually show up to work, you've given it a shot. But if you don't show up at all, it's the ultimate failure. Give it a shot and ditch this mentality where you are pondering and waiting and strategizing and planning. You need to take action, and you need to take action now. You know, the right time to act was yesterday, but you don't have a time machine, so you're going to have to settle for today. Don't waste another minute strategizing, planning, preparing, any of that crap. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to go in underprepared. You don't want to be, you know, going into a new venture with a lack of knowledge and just being silly with your preparation. But stop preparing and waiting and pondering and researching and doing anything and everything but taking action. Choose your pain. It's either the pain of now and putting in hard work and sacrificing, or it's the pain in 60 years' time of looking back at a life full of unrealized potential. Don't let that be you. Instead, turn it around, put in the hard work now, and win, and set yourself up for life, set your family up for life, and set their family up for life. Look guys, I hope that you've taken some value from this video. If you have, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for much more from me. Comment your thoughts down below. If you guys are interested, I run a free men's Discord community. There's over 20 guys in there at the moment who are looking to make huge changes and huge wins within their life and help each other in the community level up. So if you like the sound of that and you're a guy that wants to build a successful life and surround himself with like-minded young men on a mission, then make sure to join the community. As I said, absolutely free, no brainer. And look, if you're interested in hopping on a one-to-one call with me, the link is down below in the description. Also, all you got to do is book yourself a slot and I will see you on the other side. But as always, guys, look, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.